One person said in a video, somebody in your past regretting hurting your family. Let me tell you something. I remember back in '08 and '07, I was actually going to college and going to school. And this girl named Cece, she's white. And she said, I become famous, she gonna start laughing. But I didn't pay no attention to her. What I don't do, because God put things in front of me. She don't know that me and Sabina, mom and dad, had a talk. Let me tell you something. There's a bunch of manipulation going on, jealousy, lies go. That's the most thing about this world that we have to, me and Sabina and mom and dad gonna have to come to understand. Manipulation, jealousy. She know when she met me, I was on my stuff. I was going to college, have a job when she come at Big Lots. But people think that because I quit my job, I still have business with Big Lots. I was still going to college. I was helping out at elementary school. We gotta let people lie and manipulate. Even the cousin tried to. We gotta let certain things play out the way things are supposed to play out. How can we understand it? How I one thing I can't handle certain things in this world. When I let a cousin be a cousin because he don't know what it's like to walk my shoes, and just because he tried to be my brother and sell weed and sell dope, that don't matter to me. But I have been in a way, and like people get on my like I've been living on my own for a while. But there's so much lie in our government, in our community. Don't blame this all on those things when our government and the community is to blame a racism that's going on. I'm gonna tell you something that if it's a family, a jealous cousin, let that be. I don't care at the end of the day. I gotta leave my mama nest. I've been staying on my own for a while. I gotta leave her nest again anyway. And that's the most important thing anyway. But I'm not gonna handle the stuff that racism, government played the part, Trump played the part, or the racial community. And everybody got their input on it. But one thing I want to tell you about Demir, mom and dad, that you don't know about us, that they believed in me. They said they would convince me to go to college. So you really don't know about me, Demir, or Patrick, or any one of those things. But you're gonna have a brother that's gonna say how things go good. Things did not go good for me. I had to deal with a racist white man at a Walmart. I had to deal with black narcissists of a Mexican man. I just had to cut somebody off because he ran his mouth. And that's the guarantee, right? So you're losing behavior because of other black mindsets and other white mindsets. But let me tell you, since everything been going on, my government been stalling. Why? This community betrayed me with Donald Trump, racism against disability. Let me tell you what God let me know. Society is used to the same behavior and the same dictators that's in that senator's office with the same community behavior with the old governors have a problem. And they have a problem and they need to be dealt with. Nobody can step up to the plate and say enough is enough of senators and DEA because they all in it together. Nobody wants to step up. It probably have an FBI agent see a senator's doing wrong or see another police officer doing wrong. Do somebody doing wrong but still won't do nothing about it. Still won't step up to the plate because you don't have the balls. You let fear, just because somebody hold a position, hold you back in this world. Of all the good things that need to be done in America, what pain? You don't know pain. I told a person, don't confuse pain with passion. I have passion in this world. Don't understand it. But I gotta let somebody be, because it's gonna have, my brother gonna have his difference. He gonna complain. He gonna do this and that. I gotta let it be. It's certain things I have to let be. But don't try to keep on pushing it and you asking questions that don't want to be thinking. But the black narcissists and all of them in the community showed they behind, but got the nerve to complain about the tax dollars when disability ain't being treated right, but got the nerve to have a say in there. Then pass by my house telling me, you got shut your racist self up. But they've been, my mama don't think I know about certain things about when God came to me. Every last people in this community from Dallas and everybody been coming to Houston. And this is MO3, what MO3 did in Yellow Breezy, and the Dallas police let happen. And Texas let happen. Spiritual intimidation, spiritual aggression of intimidation, terrorism like a street takeover. And they still doing it every day. And they act like they playing dumb and act like they not doing it with their behavior. They really think they smart and them caught these community in this behavior. They really think they smart. But Trump betrayed that trust. The racism politics betrayed that. But I've been living on my own. I was raised by my brother's grandma. And when my brother's grandma used to say, when me and my cousins, step cousins, and Tiger and Jeremy used to argue, it's a free country, he can say what he want. We grew up with a chicken coop. We grew up with a chicken coop every day. I went to Marrero, used to go to the country, used to go to a lot of places. But don't say nothing. And y'all following people just because they got money and they narcissists and they got problems in this thing. Don't do that. My mama know I gotta leave here, and that's just the bottom line of this whole situation. But it's gonna leave on good terms, not bad terms. It doesn't matter how much, but they stalling. I'm not gonna let nobody, mom, just try to. John got his own opinion. He gotta live his life. But the black people is the problem. The community is the problem. But I told the Supreme Court, if something happened to me, the senators would be put to death. I want to see if America can live by what they stand by. When I asked for the senator's life and the DEA's life and Trump and his kids' life, when dirty, racist game has been played by black and white and the voters, I made this very clear. Your vote mean nothing when your spirit ain't right. But Texas trying to come up with rules. Look at them trying to stop with your mind games. Tell all the stupidity that's going on in that White House and to stop with your mind games. You try to go to the Wildlife courtroom, you're finding things to manipulate. Then I call the Social Security. Stop it. Y'all being stupid. And it's to say, y'all are being stupid in that senator's office. God said you are being stupid. Stop trying to find different techniques. And God have caught your mindsets. You're trying to study something when God been studying you. The stuck-up senators, the old covenant's behavior. And you're trying to find, let me tell you what NASA's been trying to do. They've been trying to find other light because you don't deserve it. Joe Biden and all of them, they showed they have not been worthy. But George Bush can sit up there on thing and tell, oh, we want to find other life. Not life don't mean nothing. You won't find it because you're a coward. You let a vote determine the outcome of how somebody get justice. And Trump lying self. All of them involved. God say your vote mean nothing when your spirit ain't right. But y'all stuck in y'all ways. Your dictatorship. It's the consequences of it. But is America going to stand by when it's time to put senators to death? And I ask the Supreme Court. When I ask the Supreme Court, they instead of doing it. And then I filed civil rights on the Justice Department and in the White House for community behavior. They know what they're doing. But I go to the Supreme Court, they have arguments. The Texas Supreme, this not should even be argument where a kid should be put to death with a game. Stop trying to keep people in your jail and they deserve to die. Stop trying to feed people. I don't got time for argument. Y'all want to, who they're using? You using yourself at the end of the day. Who you using? Orion want to got a big mouth and want to say the things that he say, but doesn't know the consequences between all of it. But Mexican and black kids play with their gifts and other people crying. 1 million souls crying while you play with your gifts. Why God say, I can't give the gifts to the ones that's crying now for me, that mama that's feeding them. But y'all want to hit, punch, when black and Mexicans kids that can do stuff that other people can't do. Right? You take those things for granted. But they instead of doing it, they instead of talking about they not doing something, and they doing something. Tell that dumb state of Texas and that Justice Department, take their hand off the footer and let me live my life. And stop lying every time they do. Stop lying and let me live my life. Tell racism of government when Trump showed his hands with his voters, with Governor Abbott. Tell him to live my life. I'm not out to argue with a brother that don't understand. I'm not going to argue with a mom that wasn't on there with me when the white man was lying and being racist with the black man and a Mexican. But stop trying to stop me from doing business because my contract is signed with Walmart. Stop asking questions. And I'm trying to drop everything and handle my business. Stop trying to depend and make money when we know what's going on. We know the narcissist, the black man in the business. Don't throw that at me when I'm trying to just push on. Now, if I tell my mama that there's other people involved in this, they're not going to give me my justice, and things are going on. I don't have time for that. They want me to sign a contract. I don't have time. Don't do that, man.
Hello, Sagittarius. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Welcome to your May 2020.
Hold up. Don't do that, right?
General reading. All right.
Make it easier with spectrum.
Don't do that at the end of the day. Don't do that in the day when people have been followers and manipulators. So you put me in a bad situation. Then this lady at Tum said nobody cares what they don't care about. No, God and Jesus care. But do you think I had to deal with it? And let me tell you what I told Joe Biden and Obama. Obama can talk about it on his website. He my brother's keeper. But my brother's keeper understand. But you fight for only your goals. Only your concept. And then when you have arguments, we should not be arguing over God. We should not be arguing over Jesus. Right there, we should agree with God and Jesus said right there. The light should already agree. We should not be arguing over that. I should not have to argue over something of justice of minds when racism data between disabilities is being shown. I should not have to argue with that. I should not have to let Trump had the balls to say something that he had no business. But God said, I would have respected you more if you would have said the American business, get out, but you did it for profit. Stop playing the mind games. But I bet you when it's time to arrest me, even though I didn't do nothing, you would sit up there and then police officers and everybody in that courtroom will still follow your orders when wrong has been done. Will still follow it because they gotta have a paycheck. And a black man don't care what a white man because they gotta eat. But they can't depend on their community when it's time. A police officer can't depend on their community when it's time to step up to do the right thing here. When you gonna have those type of police officers when it's time to walk away from certain people in that senator's office, walk away from you and depend on their community to help them pay their rent. Depend on them to back them up. Because it's going to happen one day. It's going to happen when every police officer walk away from you, senators. When you left in that White House by yourself. When nobody to defend you. When nobody wants to come into work behind the stupid behavior that y'all stand for. But you, my brother's keeper. And Trump did this for profit. He didn't did this for understanding. I had to go through all of this harm what the community and them did to me. And the Dallas, but look at you. You still willing to rehold information. But you talk about data when they can't understand. Let a brother have his own opinion at the end of the day. Who cares about somebody having their own
Your mind,
mindset?
the Nine of Pentacles, and doing it on your own. Nine of Pentacles, Virgo.
Hold up, shit.
But yeah, it can be the card of being single and independent, but you...
Sorry about that. Who has those problems at the end of the day? But you know, a brother can talk about, oh, he's going to wind up being in a mansion alone. But God have always blessed me with somebody. Always a negativity from a person. God have always blessed me with the inners and the out. Every time somebody said negative things, he have always backed me up. I have never forgot that. But I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet. But God said, I have not finished with you yet. I have not finished. You're going to have more kids. You're going to have some people that are going to understand. I'm not finished with you yet. And that's the thing of the situations is. But I'm not going to blame others because of other situations. I got to let mom have her own opinion and live her life. I got to let certain things. But I'm not going to let the words be the words to be the words that the way it is. But a brother don't know a mile in my shoes. Don't know what I had to go through with a racist white man and a black man that lies. And we talking about certain individuals. You're trying to make it bad. Stop it, man. You're trying to make it bad for other good employees I work with at Walmart. Like Grizz and some of the other people I work with. Because you got certain mindsets of Mexican. You know, I want Walmart to hear me because I'm going to take it. I want to tell this guy at 1216 when I was in 299 1216 and over there in Carrollton in 2019. He's Mexican. And I want him to hear me real well. When I was in that Walmart when me and Russell handled our issues, he's a Mexican where I went. He hugged it. Let me tell you something. I'm going to protect my kid from a narcissist Mexican, a racist Mexican at Walmart. That's what I'm protecting my kid from. That's what I'm protecting my kid from, you types. But stop trying to make it bad for business when I'm trying to drop it and make the contract is already signed already with Walmart. But I got to wait till a court thing when I'm constantly Gotta go to the civil rights by Joe Biden when employees still pushing it. And I gotta constantly, where they keep doing it, where Damon Miller, you can't have it your cake when people judge and can't understand and throw stones. That's what Joe Biden did, right? Tell me in his mind that he didn't judge the first time. Tell me in his mind him and Obama didn't judge. Him and those senators over didn't throw stones. Yeah, you throw stones. Yeah, you throw stones. Yeah, you judge. But the community want to have racism because people don't think like you. But you act like you understand. But that's the consequences behind it, right? That's the understanding behind it, right? That's the understanding what they can't understand. But you throw stones at that. But a black man take their gifts, forget what their kids. A lot of these kids attacking me. But they deserve to be in the body bag, God say. But God said, don't worry about Dallas. They gonna get what's coming to them, but they keep doing it. They act like they don't act like they what they ain't doing. People keep crossing that line with me. I told my mom, let me get my justice. And you do what you want. But I'm not gonna deal with the concept of a brother got his own problems. Don't know a mile, don't know what it feel like to be in my shoes. But people want me to open up after the damage that been done. Now Donald Trump didn't want me to do business because Russia and everybody else involved, other countries involved. And these kids that are coming at me after the damage has been done. The lies and the racism that's been in all of them. But act like we understand the same concept. Tell people some people still want back off. But allow Trap Boy Friday lie, and then the Fed trying to make him famous again. Get that racist black man and all them in the hip hop Chris Brown playing favoritism, trying to switch the mindset. Come on, man. Come on, when you don't understand that. But you act like you understand what's great is about behind those memes. I didn't talk to people on every platform. Lied me. I didn't talk to people. We didn't talk about just about my music. We had to talk about their life. We stayed on the chat. They don't know nothing about that because they so busy focusing on them. That's why we can't coexist with each other. And other teams, we can't coexist because they can't listen. Even Chris Brown can't listen to other people like I have. Why you think people from Chicago, New York, Detroit on live me say, Hooper, I hope you make it. We talking together on platform. But all of them, you got black mindsets that's in the streets that ain't right, that don't want to get it together. Look at them trying to make it. Look at them. So vicious, but they can't take a step back. They can't take a step back and heal for them. They so busy in their own world. But look at those ones that's been protected and they got all the talent. Look at FBG Murray got all the talent, but want to attack with other kids when they could go to school. Want to attack with other kids, and they take their gifts for granted while others suffering. Mama feeding them out the tube. You know what they thinking? Them people in a wheelchair. You know what them thinking when they mama feed them when they born? You know what they did that person thinking? I wish I can walk and talk to my mom without she just feeding me. I wish God would have understand me, but nobody know how. But God wants running through that person. But look at him still fishing. Look at him still want to blame society while others not as fortunate as you. When others can't read, can't write, When Job Corps gotta tell them no. When businesses turn them down. Look at the black. Look at them. But they got the nerve to complain. They got the nerve to complain. Before people come out, they won't. When a kid make 8 or 7, he dying of cancer. What you talking about? What you think dying of cancer? What you talking about? A kid that's 8, 7 years old dying of cancer. Look at these dummies. Look at these dumb niggas. Look at these dummies. Look at them still making a fucking excuse. Why they can't get it together? Why others wish they could have the things that you had. One of my classmates was on the news. Excuse my French, was on the news. One of my classmates was on the news. And when they was on the news, she was on the Dallas News in 2008. And my teacher, she was blind. And I would ask my teacher, Miss Chastity, how she's saying this thing. She would guide her hands and she's saying words. And I asked her how she's saying that. I'm just guiding and she's saying the words to that. But look at them fight. Look at them fight. Look at them taking their gifts for granted. Look at all of them. But they still going to make an excuse. They still going to look at, you can't tell a black man nothing. You can't tell human nothing, because they still going to do the same. They don't care, because they think there's no consequences when they're in that grave. Because they haven't felt heaven. They haven't seen it. They believe in no God. So they think there's no consequences when it's time to go. But they think God can easily pass forgiveness on certain things. The Creator looking at. Look at him. Look at the hatred. Look at him. But they think they know everything. But God give us those gifts. Good morning, Ma. They think those things are being given to us. Nothing not being given. I'm not going to argue with people. I'm not going to argue about anything you're talking about. I'm not trying to do it. I'm not trying to do it. They can have that rap. God know what they really is. A black lie that take their gifts for granted. While others suffer and wish they could be different in a wheelchair. God know the truth. While you have talent and you take it for granted and you still make excuses every day, all day. When I go to Walmart CEO, I ain't come to play. I come to go to Walmart school, do film direction, and I ain't come to get in there and play with anybody. I come to maintain. I ain't coming on the streets. I ain't trying to participate in the foolishness. I ain't trying to do none of that. Work, maintain, go home to wifey. Do all what you talking about. Whatever what you trying to throw at me. I ain't come to play with little boys and women. That's the business that I'm coming to handle, to make change with disability. That's the business I'm coming to handle. So let people say what they say at the end of the day. They going to keep in on that tech. Let them do it. But we know a black man that take their gifts for granted with a black kid. We know those things. Watch what I tell you. They still going to make an excuse and lie. 'Cause that's the way they see it. That's the way they see it. That's the way they turn it. That's the way they vision it. They going to make an excuse every freaking day. Watch they get on the attack. Watch when we step out the door, the black man and the white kid. Watch what I tell you. Watch what I tell you. Watch what God do. Watch what God. But they still gonna deny it. They gonna live their life like a black hatred with white, like they don't got a problem. God don't care about you because He know what you're real. You know the difference between white people used to run. That's how I deny the black. Look at them. They still gonna deny it. They still gonna deny it. They still gonna stay in the past. They still gonna stay. Look at the kids. Look at them. Look at them. Look at them. Look at them. But you're gonna hide it and cover it up. But you're gonna still try to celebrate. Like God tired of that. God asking for responsibilities. He asking for gang members to die by 100. I want them to hear me, Joe Biden. Don't keep your jail running with gang members. They deserve to die. As soon as they pull that trigger, and them kids and everybody involved, I meant what I told the Supreme Court against this. I want them to die. And if the jury can't make that mistake, they racist. Hey, my mama said don't. Hey, let them do what they do. She got negativity. But I meant what I told that Supreme Court, and I filed the civil rights on the Supreme Court. But you want to keep your jail running. Don't play games with me. Don't play games with God. God want to know if America going to be a pussy or they going to stand by what they stand by when it's time to kill the Mexican gangs and arrest them around America. Is you going to be a pussy? Because my actions speak for itself. When the Supreme Court looking at documents against the White House, is you going to be a pussy when it's time, when I'm in that ground to kill every gang member and their kids? Or you going to be a coward? What you going to be? What you going to be? What you going to do? What you going to do? God watching. Then other nations going to watch. Other nations going to watch. And they going to see you ain't about shit, but all talk. When it's time to put gang members to death by the 1,000, you can't do it because you're trying to keep your... I know you. God know you. God know what you stand for. But you want to keep your jail running. Why not kill them all and close down some of the jailhouse? Why not have peace, but you try to keep your jail on for security guards? No, we're not going to play that here. God has asked for a price. He has asked for a price. Can you give that price when it's time? Can you give that price when it's time? I want to tell you right now. Amen. I got my Holy Bible right now, and I put it to my heart. God meant what he said. Can you give that price? Can you give that price when God asks for it? God asks for it. Would you lie for what you stand for? That is the question. Or America's going to be a pussy when it's time to put people to death. You're not going to keep your jail running. You're not going to keep your jail running. You're not going to keep it running. You're not going to keep it running. So God is asking you, when it's time to get the job done, are you just going to be a pussy and not care about 1,000 of them? What you going to do? Hey, tell God, don't hide documents. I want them to hear me real well. Like I said on the civil rights, against every industry and every screening, when it's time for that kid to pull that trick and them dumbass kids in them, is you gonna kill them? It can be about 100. We holding no prisoners. God is asking for a price. I even asked for the senators to be put to death. But America ain't gonna do it because you care about bull crap. You will keep these jail running. They deserve to die. God says send them to me, and I deal with them. They're not gonna sit there. But you're trying to keep your jail running to feed for you to have jobs. No more. No more. No more. I know every industry. No more. No more. No more what God would not allow. No more what God would not stand for. No more of these things, what you put in front of you or what you can't understand. God said, I might be in that ground But we gonna see when America turned into a pussy and they can't live by the goals or the codes of what God asked them for. I bet you can't do it. I got the civil rights devotion. Oh, I call that FBI today and I tell them, don't hide your documents. Don't hide your document one time and kill these kids. And they don't hide your documents. Don't hide them. Oh, trust me. They try to play dumb and I filed the civil rights on his ass. You want to play dumb? Come on, let's play dumb. Let's play dumb. If you want to play dumb. Come on. You got every document that you have. They deserve to die. You're not going to keep them there. The gods have spoken. The heavens have spoken. So they're going to keep trying. But just know, every time they try, that Justice Department get it, and every senators get it. You pay the consequences for it. Everybody involved. Let them keep trying when God don't got time. If you don't take care of FPG murder, the prosecutors will be put to death. And I asked the Supreme Court, I want them to hear me real well. Because say what they want to say at the end of the day. But God gonna show you what he can do. Don't hide those documents. With time to kill these gang members and these kids. Because God is not gonna play with you. I asked for something, but don't lie. Because your little racist jury and roulette played stupid. And the little police officer, misconduct. They was off time difference. So God don't got time for you. So God had warned everybody involved. And I'm saying, I hope the foreign leaders hear me when it's time. They're going to be a pussy. We're going to know if America can live by the sword and die by the sword when it's time to kill these kids. Don't keep your jail running. God got you, gang. He exposed you. So when the time comes, can you get the job done? When the time comes. God bless America. And God bless everybody that's involved. God bless everybody. Now, people say, you think you better. Now, I don't think I'm better. I'm still walking every day being humble. So I don't think I'm better you when a black couple come up and warm. I don't think I'm better you. But when it comes to fighting, can we fight for what we stand for without violence? Can you just talk without using violence? That's the question of it. So the thing is, God say your spirit, your vote mean nothing when your spirit ain't right. And right now, let me tell you something. I have responded to one of the senators on the senator's page, and God told me to respond. He said, not. He said, Mexico speaks some language from outer space.